Stupid COVID. We could have had stand-up comedy by Matthew McConaghey. McConaughey was on Russell Howard's Sky One show, and he said, I haven't shared this with many people, but stand-up is a no-filter communication. What I do as an actor, which is why I'm interested in doing stand-up, is my raw expression goes through 4 filters before it gets to the screen. I'm doing someone else's script. I'm being directed by someone else. I'm being filmed by someone else. I'm being edited by someone else before it's put in a capsule and put in front of you on a screen. That's 4 filters from my original expression. So that's the goal. Where do you go where there's no filter? Stand up. So the plan before COVID was I was planning on taking to the road and telling stories in an hour of stand up. An hour, Matthew McConaughey? Not a tight 5, not 8 minutes, not 10, not 20. An hour? Wow. James Acaster told Yahoo anytime he does jokes about Simon Cowell, he gets a bad response. He says, people hate it when you slag off Simon Cowell. Every gig I've had where anything that he's been associated with has come up and I've gone off on a rant about it, it never gets the reaction that I thought. I think everyone's going to be on board and agree with me, and everyone's always like, leave those shows alone. Those shows are the best in the world. You shut up and don't slag those shows off. That's what makes us British. Jerry Seinfeld talked to 60 Minutes way back. Yeah, you're acting like I saved this for a holiday weekend. Yeah, I did. They asked, hey, Jerry Seinfeld, why does comedians in cars getting coffee work? Jerry said, I think it works because comedians don't like to chit-chat. We like to really talk about something. And I wanted to show off this other part of my world of hanging out with these people and how fun it is. Jerry also talked about his book. I'm not an autobiography kind of guy, but what I'm interested in is craft and technique and approach to doing art and being able to look at how these bits are built. You could kind of learn things like, oh, I see why that word is here. Vulture asked, is name-dropping Netflix during a Netflix special some kind of low-key brag on part of the comics? Or they wondered, is it some sort of contractually required product placement? But now that they pointed out, when you watch a Netflix comedy special, yeah, they are pointing out that it's a Netflix comedy special. Probably part of the deal, right? Right. The Wall Street Journal asked Tig Notaro, hey, did Johnny Mac just save a bunch of generic stories for the holiday weekend? Tig said, of course, isn't that obvious? No, she didn't say any of that. They asked, is social media the best way to achieve mainstream comedy success these days? Tig said, what's great is that the definition of mainstream is becoming more broad. Wherever people watch comedy, the fact that Sarah Cooper lip-syncing the president is now considered mainstream shows what's possible. Oh, I forgot that Sarah Cooper was mentioned in this when I put this away 2 months ago. I do think it's a good time to be female or part of the LGBTQ community or a person of color in the entertainment industry. We're seeing that people can become successful in all different ways with all different perspectives and stories. All right, this is my opportunity to clear this out. I have had this tab saved for quite some time and never knew when to use it. Vulture, who must be part of the comedy mafia, who have decided we're going to make Sarah Cooper a thing. Tig Notaro is apparently part of that comedy mafia too, but Vulture wrote, what comedian Sarah Cooper can't live without? And this is, I don't know what's going on here. It's a bunch of product placement. That's what this is. Here's Sarah Cooper's list. I don't know if Vulture's like, hey, we'll write about this and then people will click on it and we'll get Amazon commissions. I don't know what's going on, but it's very strange. Here's what Sarah Cooper's into. She's into Under Club subscriptions from $15. She says, I wore the same underwear for like 10 years. It was really gross underwear that my ex-boyfriend bought me for Valentine's Day. I just never got rid of it because I never buy underwear. This club basically sends you really high-quality underwear every month. It's beautiful. It has really high-end brands, but I never look at that. I'm just like, oh, this is so pretty. Now I have this amazing collection of underwear that I love. I actually like picking out the pair that I wear each day. Maybe I should start a TikTok where I just read Sarah Cooper quotes. I could be famous. She's into Uggs pom-pom fleece-lined crew socks. She says, I need my feet to be comfortable, and I love soft socks. My husband bought me these socks last Christmas, and I wore them every day, but then I lost them. How did you lose them? What happened? I bought another pair, then I found the pair I lost, so now I have 2. They last forever. I live in them at home, especially during the winter. Those socks are $49, by the way. She has a best self company self journal for $32. She says, I've been using versions of this journal for at least 5 years. When I left Google, I was working for myself, basically. I built a website. I was trying to stay on schedule with blog posts and videos and all this stuff. One thing I missed about having a day job, why did this turn into John's bad Jerry Seinfeld impression, is that it kind of told me what to do. I had deadlines and they made me do this or that. When I didn't have that, I needed to set those deadlines and goals myself. I needed to have a vision for myself. The journal segments your life into 13 weeks. Let's do the Jerry again. You say to yourself, what do I have to get done in 13 weeks? Here are my long-term goals, and here are my short-term goals to get these long-term ones done. It's really just an awesome way to organize your life and actually get things done. I find if I write down a list of things to do in a day, it's much more likely that I would get at least a few of those things done. Well, you want to know what else is on Sarah Cooper's list? There's the Beauty Rest 400 thread count wrinkle-resistant cotton satin sheets. I love sleeping. I love naps. I love being comfortable in bed. Thanks, Sarah. She's into Crump's Natural Dog Treat Mini Trainers. Those cost $12. We learned that she has a 1-year-old cockapoo named Stella. When I first got her, I put her in puppy school and tried to make her the smartest dog I could. One of the things you learn is that you need to do positive reinforcement for good behavior. She loves these treats so much. I can basically bribe her to do anything with them. She knows how to sit. She knows how to lie down. She's very good at exposing her belly for you to rub it. And she knew how to high five, but you can't do that anymore. She's forgotten how. We would not have been able to train her without these. I'll also hide them around the apartment when we leave, and then she's just totally occupied trying to find her tiny little treats. Hold on. So what are you doing? You're like placing treats around the apartment? And just give your dog a treat. And why did your dog learn how to high five? What's going on? I did not mean to do this to this extent, but I'm having fun. Hey, she's into a big carry-on luggage brand that costs $245. They can buy an ad, but they're hard shell and really light, and each one fits so much stuff, and they sell a matching dog carrier. You can put it right on top of the carry-ons. You can just walk with both. I love it, and Stella loves it. She's into Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day Multi-Surface Cleaner Lemon Verbena for $4. Sarah Cooper, you know Sarah from pantomiming Donald Trump videos. She says, if anybody remembers my first video that went viral, this was the prop I used. There's a reason it's in the video. It's my favorite cleaner. It smells so good, lemony and clean and fresh. I love the smell of many cleaning products, but this one smells especially good. It makes me want to clean. With COVID, you're supposed to be keeping all your surfaces clean. It's just a very smart thing to keep around. She's into a messenger bag. She's into Third Love's 24/7 classic t-shirt bra. She loves an oversized popcorn cardigan, saying, I need to be warm. I say I was born in Jamaica, and that's why I'm always cold. My husband bought this for me when I was working in the corporate world. It would always be freezing in the office, so I'd keep this on my chair. Now I just put it on whenever I feel cold. I'm in it a lot. She's into the West Elm Mid-Century Pop-Up Storage Coffee Table. That costs just $594, not $600. It's $594. Don't be crazy and act like she wants you to get a $600 coffee table. It's $594, dude. Pretty much every evening, my husband and I order tacos and sit in front of the TV and watch Below Deck Med. Let me break that sentence apart, okay? Pretty much every evening, okay, my husband and I order tacos, okay, and sit in front of the TV, okay, and watch Below Deck Med, okay? So 7 days in a week. So what? Pretty much every evening. 6 days? 5 days a week? 5 days a week. You have tacos? Yeah? And you watch Below Deck Med 5 days a week. Mm-hmm. We have a dining table, but we never use it. We're usually just in front of the TV. This thing pulls out, so you can eat very comfortably on it while you're watching TV. It's also perfect if you want to sit on the couch and work on your laptop. It has a storage compartment that we keep a bunch of junk in. We don't like a lot of our furniture, but this is the one thing that we will have until it breaks, and then we'll buy another exactly like it. She's also into postable Christmas cards from $3. This is the article here on Vulture. Sarah Cooper, you know her from pantomiming President Trump videos. She says, I'm horrible at sending cards. This lets you design a card and will actually mail it for you. Manages all of your addresses and also has a feature where you can save a birthday and it will send the person a card for their birthday. In 2021, my goal is to put all of my friends' birthdays in and be able to send cards to them. But for now, I'm focusing on Christmas cards. Johnny Mac, I'm going to go beat my head against the wall because people are clicking on TikTok videos. Take a break and I'll be right back. I did not mean to do all that. HotNewHipHop.com spoke to Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany is in a relationship with Common. Common said, I'm definitely funny, but in a corny way. It's not hard dating a comedian, but it's definitely, I don't try to keep up with her jokes. Even though I throw mine in, she's on another level. It does encourage me because sometimes she'll say some jokes that are not as funny and she's courageous enough to do it. So it just makes me feel more inspired to do stuff that doesn't work. Common added that Haddish for sure tries out new material with him and he's brutally honest with her on whether it's funny or not. He says, I got to be truthful with her and caring. I'm caring, but I'm honest. I'm not going to let her go out if I think something is not fresh and not say nothing. And if a joke is not really funny, I'm not going to laugh. That is your comedy news for today. I didn't mean to do 5-6 minutes there on Sarah Cooper, but I had a lot of fun doing it. You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Follow the show on Spotify. The Spotify numbers are popping. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you tomorrow with a new episode.